Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm WillStalker25 and today I got a brand new action figure review for you guys on the Pokémon Select Lucario figure. This is part of the scale line, not to be confused with like the repacks of the Select figures that we've been getting here and there. So just a quick thing to note, the Select line is... There's a Wave 1, this is Wave 2. Wave 2 is, or Series 2 that they're calling it, is Lucario. Apparently a re-release of Charizard, re-release of Rayquaza, and Zapdos. Zapdos and Lucario are both obtainable from what I've seen right now in stores at Target across the US. I don't know about overseas anywhere else, so if you are watching this from anywhere else in the world, I don't know about your ability to find this thing yet. This figure does cost around like $19, and he's not bad. Unfortunately, I did bump him. So, as you can see though, Lucario can actually stand somewhat without the use of the stand. So, what do you get with this figure? Well, you get the stand, and then you get Lucario. I'm not going to worry about the stand right now. We're just looking at Lucario. The stand is the same thing as you've gotten before. No different. Just the multiple points there of articulation for it. Lucario's port for it is like the left butt cheek, kind of, because like the back is too thin. I think they could have put a port right there, but then you would have had the little weird like feeler things on the back of his head. I don't know what these are, like kind of tassel like things. But Lucario's got a nice sculpt. Now, one thing a lot of people I've been seeing complain about this figure is the height, saying that he's not in scale properly, and I could kind of see that, but I will counterpoint with Ash's Lucario in the anime, because he does have one. Lucario is supposed to be 3'11" is his height. Ash is said to be, I think, 4'7". So if that's the case, Lucario in the anime looks like Ash's Lucario is just a hair taller than him. So I don't care about Pokemon height. I think there are certain Pokemon that you'd expect to be certain heights. I think he's a little bit bigger in comparison to the other Select Pokemon. But Pokemon height doesn't really bother me, especially now that we've had Pokemon Legends Arceus, where we've had Alpha Pokemon, and we've clearly had different size variations of Pokemon where height matters. And you gotta think Pokemon are like normal humans, where different Pokemon of the same species could be different heights. There's, some just naturally grow bigger, some whatnot, So I don't really think the scale is a problem. My biggest gripe with Lucario is he doesn't stand the best. And I wish he almost had like a drop down jaw, since Lucario I think usually has a drop down like mouth and like most times when he's animated. But I think the eyes are just ever so slightly too far apart. I think if they could have just brought the eyes in just ever so slightly forward, just a little bit more, it would have been a little bit more accurate. Otherwise, like side view, it looks great, but when you're looking at him straight on, it looks a little weird. I think the eyes just need to be a little bit closer. But other than that, though, sculpt is pretty good. Articulation's not bad. We'll take a look really quick at the sculpt. So you got the nice head sculpt there. You could see like the seam line from the top of the head running through here, so that's a little bit of a bummer. You just kind of I guess you just gotta kind of ignore that. I think the ear, I think you could have had these be articulated, maybe made them move up and down. I don't know, because these kind of flail out. I feel like these could have all been independent, but that would have been a lot of extra detail, and those probably could have broken off since they'd be really thin where they'd plug in at the head. Nice little chest spike, nice arm spikes, nice detail all around there. Little fur tuft at like the neck as well, and on the back of the head you got some back there, and then the tail, and then you got the little feet. And then the nice little detail is like the bottom of the feet does have the actual little paw pads. So pretty cool. Articulation wise, Lucario does have a little bit of a neck joint, so neck can spin. I don't know if, I think it probably could rotate at the head too, but he could look up that far, which is pretty good. And then he only could look down that much just because he's limited. Now that's where the ab crunch comes in, kinda. It doesn't really go forward at all. Mine is a little loose, but he can go back, so you got the back. And then he's got the little waist cut there as well. And then the head could do a full 360 as well. Shoulders go up that far, so pretty good. You do have the upper bicep cut. It is a little loose on the right side, unfortunately. Double jointed elbows, very thin elbows, but you could get them up that far. It's not that bad. Looks all right. And then the wrists do. The little paw pad does have like a tiny bit of swivel, but not much. But it's just basically the hinge, so it could go that far in, that far out. Unfortunately, Lucario didn't come with any like blast effects or anything like that, like Aura Sphere or anything that he could have plugged in. I wish he kind of did. So the hands are fully enclosed. So if you did get any sort of effect, you'd have to like kind of get him into like the pose, like he's gonna launch it, and then you'd have to like basically, actually, he can't really get into that proper pose because you can't turn the arm. There's no swivel at like the elbow or anything, so it's a little unfortunate. You can't get him to like his Aura Sphere pose properly. I'm sure you could fudge it like from a distance, but as you can see, this arm is just very loose here. Then we get the hips, no drop down. They could go out that far, legs could go up that far, and then they could go back that much, so you could get them in like running poses, stuff like that. He's got no swivel there. You do have a swivel right under the leg at the gray part swivels right here, the little peg there that sticks out. Then you have a hinge, and then it swivels under that. Then you have another hinge where it swivels and hinges, so you could get that back that far and then forward that much on that hinge, so you could bring them a lot different there. And then you got this one, which gets your leg that far forward and that far back. There is a swivel there too, just a little bit. And then you do have the little foot pad, which could go that far back and then all the way forward to the flat zone. So I bring mine all the way forward. You do got to be a little careful because like Greninja, the legs are a little thin for his like upper weight. Oh, and then the tail. The tail is just a ball joint, so you could kind of just take it around. So yeah, there you go. But yeah, I wish Greninja had Lucario had a little bit better of ability to stand. I wish the tail could go a little bit down more, so you could almost use the tail as like a prop. Because you got to lean him really far forward because he's so like back heavy, because he just wants to fall. And since the legs aren't like that stable, he has a little bit of a hard time, unfortunately. Let me see if I could get him upright a little bit. And then yeah, also the legs are kind of loose, so all right, let's get him. I'm gonna hold him up really quick. Actually, we're gonna set him down, get the tape measure out, do a quick height check. Lucario does stand to the top of the ear 6.5 inches tall, so obviously he's gonna be kind of tall next to your other stuff. We're gonna do some size comparisons really quick with other lines, and then we'll get them into like some Pokemon size comparisons because I got a couple of them out right now. All right, so I think that's the best I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna get all this extra crap out of the way. All right, first up, G.I. Joe classified Snake Eyes. So this is like kind of like normal, average human height. We got Marvel Legend, which I'm sure a lot of people will customize. So as you can see, Lucario is just a hair taller than these guys. So if you think about it, Lucario, realistically, if, like you say, Spider-Man's like a normal 6-inch figure. He's like 6 foot tall human. Lucario would probably need to be like maybe the top of his ears at his shoulders. So like if he just was ever so slightly smaller, like the head just needs to be shrunken, just shrink him down by like maybe an inch. So he would only be like 5.5 inches tall instead of 6.5. But I think it's also fine. You could just say he's an alpha Lucario. Just say he's big. And then you have another, like, just kind of like your teenager body mold style. So there's your teenage Pokemon trainer with your Power Ranger, Dino Thunder, Red Ranger. So there you go. There's all your Hasbro stuff there with those guys. We do have one more Hasbro here with the Fortnite Foundation. So we got him. And then we got our Mezco Stealth Iron Man. Also Foundation finally did the review on him. Still gotta do the Scientist. Let me know in the comments below if you do want to see that review. Then we got Jazwares Visitor, 1000 Toys Master Chief, if you want to ever combine your Halo universe with Pokemon, which I think would be a pretty cool combination, even though I feel like they'd all just get shot by guns. There. You got your SH Figure Arts, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku, Figma Samus. So here's like I guess there's a good representation with Samus of Smash Bros. Since you have Samus and Smash Bros. So there you go. This is if you want to see like kind of like your Smash Bros. Display. We got McFarlane, Warhammer figure. He makes Lucario look kind of small. Let's get Samus. We'll leave Samus there for a moment. We got our no, stupid Batman cape. We got our Mafex Batman, who unfortunately drugged down Lucario. So there we go. Batman's just a little bit shorter. And then last but not least, we got another Jazwares figure. We got our Jazwares Halo Spartan Collection Series 4, I think, Master Chief. He's the same one that's been in all of them. So, but all the Master Chiefs are pretty much the same from Wave 3 onwards so far for Infinite. But yeah, there you go. There's all your other lines, your other brands, stuff like that. I guess we can get out one more. Alright, so if you're getting this Lucario for a Smash display, we've already talked about Samus. Here is your Breath of the Wild, or not Breath of the Wild, Twilight Princess Link. So we got Samus, Figma. Link is also a Figma as well. And then you have SH Figure Arts Pac-Man. So there you go. There's all your looks at those guys for your Smash Bros. Display. Really quick, we'll bring out another one. So we got, right here, we got Charizard, who, this is the other Jazwares Pokemon Select figure. Unfortunately, Charizard is, in my opinion, a bit small. And then one more Pokemon guy. Let's do another quick swapperoo with everybody. This is another Pokemon Select who is also out of scale, in my opinion. You have Greninja, who is a decent amount shorter than Lucario. So, like, there's your look at all of them together if you're trying to do like a Smash display with Samus and Greninja and Pac-Man, because these are probably like a lot of your definitive versions of these characters, other than the other Figma Samus, who's probably very similar to this, the other M1. So Greninja and Lucario are quite big. So unfortunately, you know, it is what it is. We're gonna get these guys out of here now, though. We're gonna focus solely on Pokemon. So if you're getting this Lucario for a Pokemon display, obviously you're probably gonna have to say it's an Alpha Lucario, because just looking at his other Pokemon Select counterparts from Wave 1, if you set him up on the stand next to Greninja, he's a lot taller, actually quite a bit taller, and just standing him next to Charizard, Charizard does kind of look small in comparison, whereas Lucario is supposed to be, like I said, I think he's supposed to be 3'11". Charizard's supposed to be 5'11", I think, 5'11", 5'7". So Charizard looks tiny compared to him. In my opinion, Lucario is like an inch too tall. Charizard is an inch too short. Greninja is probably about like a half an inch to an inch too tall, but he's also got a massive head. So yeah, that's a little something. Really quick, another one that we could bring in here. We have our Figma Gloria, who we could use for our size comparison there. So we'll put her in between Charizard. Let's bring Charizard's wing back a little bit, just get her in there. And there goes Lucario. So as you can see, Lucario doesn't really have the best balance. Like I said, unfortunately. And you gotta get him in the weird poses to make him stand properly. Then we got our little Figma Score Bunny accessory from Gloria. Okay, I think he's a little leaned forward. There we go, that should be good. Another Jazwares Pokemon. We got the Squirtle from the Evolution Pack that I previously reviewed on the channel, which is part of the Pokemon Select line, but it's not really. We have Ghastly from the Battle Figures, and then the Evolution, another one that they tried to pass off as Select. Here's Flareon. So a decent look at a ton of different Pokemon together. from all different sorts of brands and what. Well, I guess very similar brands. It's just Figma and Jazwares. Really quick, here's another one. Here's an epic battle Venusaur. So we'll get him in there. Bring Gloria over here, and then Charizard a little bit off to the side. So yeah, as you can see, there's your look at all of them together. I think it looks all right. I think you could get away with this. I think it could work. You just obviously say Lucario and Greninja are like alphas or something. They're just bigger. Unfortunately, one thing I have seen, they are going to probably repackage the same Venusaur with a very similar Ivysaur and Bulbasaur that we've already got from the other lines of the Epic Battle Venusaur, and then the other ones. They look like they're going to have like the pearlescent paint like these, and they're re-releasing them like that. I think I've heard something along the lines of Charizard being similar to that, so maybe we get a pearly looking Charizard. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll see. But yeah, other than that, this Lucario is pretty cool. Happy to have him. For $20, I do recommend him. I don't know how articulated the Bandai model kit is, or I think they did a previous SH Figuart or D Arts Lucario. I don't have either of those. I don't plan on getting either of those. I think they're probably expensive, at least the Figuarts one is. But yeah, for $20, I think it's not bad. At least you could pose it relatively well. Only gripe I have is that it doesn't stand the best because it's so back heavy because of the tail, and I think the eyes could have just been brought in just like barely, ever so slightly, like I don't know, just a tiny hair. But pretty cool figure. Let me know in the comments below. Did you pick up Lucario? Are you passing on him? Have you been lucky to find Zapdos? He's one I'm looking for next. And then we have the first revealed figure of Wave 3, which is Moltres. Surprise, shock all. We all kind of saw it coming. It was teased. But there's a lot of cool other figures coming in the Pokemon line that I'm very interested in, that I kind of want to branch out and get more into. If you want to see reviews on any of like the other ones, like, you know, Ghastly and that line of figures, let me know. I could always try and track some down. But that's going to do it for me today. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. I do wish Lucario came with the Aura Blast figure, but if you haven't done so already, would always appreciate a like if the video did help you out at all, and also a subscribe if you haven't done so already and you're new or anything like that. It does help me out a lot. Do greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys all so much for the support so far lately. I do plan on doing a video in the future discussing the Pokemon Select line, what I'd like to see, maybe like a wish list for Wave 3 and 4. I'm also going to talk about the rumored Wave 3 and 4 that we've gotten kind of leaked and discussed online. But yeah, that'll be another video. Maybe next week, maybe Friday. I kind of want to get the videos into a routine of maybe every other week it's Tuesday, Thursday reviews, and then the next week is Monday, Wednesday reviews, and like a Friday discussion video about something. Let me know what you think about that in the comments, if like we kind of go into that route and I discuss maybe Marvel Legends, Spartan Collection, maybe do some wish lists, some things I'd like to see in different series or ways, stuff like that. But let me know all that in the comments below, and I will see you guys next time for the next video, which will be either Monday or Tuesday next week. So see you next time, guys. Bye.